Should you insure your business? You've invested so much time, effort, energy, resources, money into your business. So you really ought to invest in insurance to protect that business. I'm Kalila Reynolds, and it's time for another episode of Money Moves, JA, brought to you in partnership with Exim Bank Service, giving you the tools to grow your business. Today's guest is Sheron Gilzean. She's General Manager of JMMB Insurance Brokers. And make sure you watch this video to the end for a giveaway. All right. Hi, Sharon. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I am wonderful. So, we're talking about insuring your business, and I want to know what's the significance of insuring, especially your small business? Why is that important?
As you know, the small and medium-sized business, they have invested a lot in their business, and therefore, sometimes what is required of them, they need their equipment for a loan, to expand business. And what happens is that sometimes the banks need them to make sure that the assets are insured. So a lot of times they want insurance to fulfill certain obligation, which is a bank loan, and also to cover liability, in order to satisfy some contracts. So sometimes these small enterprises, they have contracts with large company who want to make sure that they have public liability and employers liability. So those are mostly two of the main reasons why they usually want insurance and why they should. And what happens is that they sometimes ignore the exposure that can affect the business financially, as well as the liability, as I just mentioned, which is sometimes difficult to obtain individually, like the policies. So what happens is that we package this together to make sure that we provide additional cover in areas where clients are, where they're exposed to their business. And because they have invested so much money and time in it, we want to make sure that at the end of the day, if anything happens to their business, then they will be able to continue doing business. And this is why the insurance is so important to them. So also it's a way of transferring their risk to us as insurers. And in case of there's any incident or anything that might have happened, they would now have to replace their stock or their equipment out of their pocket or out of the profit that they have. And so this is why it's so important to have insurance to protect them and so that they will continue their business.
So, Sharon, what all do I need to insure? Is it just the assets that I'm insuring?
No, so the package that we have for the small business, it entails material damage, which consists of either your stock or your equipment. We have business interruption, which is in case that you have a disaster and you're not able to start up back your business and you lose some profit and all of that. That covered. It covers crime, which if you're held up at the office or you're transferring money to the bank, it covers employers' liability, where if through your negligence an employee get damaged, get injured on the job, it covers that. It also covers public and product liability. What that is, any person coming onto your property and you're negligent and there's any incident, or it's something if somebody consume, say, one of the product that you sell and they cause any injury or so then that is also covers. It covers the personal accident where it doesn't have to be any negligence, but one of your employee might be in an accident, a car accident and everything, you get a small amount there. It covers your electronic or your computer equipment and also your goods in transit, depending on the type of business that you have.
So, there's a lot that is covered under these types of packages.
Right. So we have actually it's about 8 policies combined together to give you one package.
Oh, eight
Right.
policies in one package. So talk to me about the cost
Right.
for something like this then, because many SMEs, you are focused on the day-to-day expenses. There's so many things that pop up, and insurance might be the last thing on your mind.
Right, that is so true. So what happened is that if you were to get these individual policies, they would range from a minimum of 30,000 to 50,000. So you for the 8 policies, you'll be paying 240,000 to 400,000 as a minimum. However, the package, how we have combined the package, our minimum is between our range is between 65,000 and 215,000 for the package.
And that's for the year?
And that's for the year, for 1 year.
For annual
So you see,
cost.
right, that's the annual cost. So even our maximum pricing of 200 is still less than a minimum price if you were doing the 8 policies individually.
Okay. So tell me, how can the small business and even their employees benefit from this?
So the employees can benefit from it, especially with the under the section where you have the employer's liability. So if any day they are injured on the job, then they'll have some compensation as long as it is the employer's negligence or the personal accident policy that covers the employees in case they are injured not only on the job but even on their way to the job. It will still covers them. And so the SMEs would benefit from it in that they would not now need to take any money out of their little income that they have because they've already transferred the risk to the insurance company who would now pay for these damages or injuries.
So Sharon, if I'm an employee of a small business, do I or would I also be able to benefit from the company having this type of package?
Yes, so as I said before, it protects the employee working with the company for injuries on the job. 'Cause, there's so many injuries sometimes on the job, so it protects them. It protects also the visitors who comes to their property to do business with them. And also what it also does, it protects the company against the negative publicity because when you have an employee being injured on the job and you don't have the company is not able to pay for the injuries and all of that, it's a bigger publicity. But what the insurance company would do is they would take over payment of these costs that the employee incur. And as a matter of fact, we have been having a lot of cases in court where we have many awards from 9 million in 2015 to we had one in 2010 was 560 million to an employee. So this what would happen here. So when the court awards these
A lot of money.
damages, they know the insurance company would pick this up to the limit of the policy.
That's a lot of money. That's a great point.
Yes, because one of the things is that I think the court always thinks that as a business you have money, so these awards are very high, and they also assume that you would have insurance to protect you for incidents like these.
So we spoke about the cost of these various policies. How much insurance do I need? So you gave us a range up to $250,000 for the year, I believe. How do I know what level I need and how much coverage I need?
So you'd have to do inventory. So if the building is owned by you, then we'll have to know what the value of the building is. If it's a stock, then you'll have to do your stock out, your inventory to know what is the cost. So it all depends on the value of your stock, your equipment, the how many employees you have, the limits that you're looking at, or you say it's all have to do with your assets and the cost to replace them. So we would have to have a discussion with you, get the things value and all, and then we make a decision as to how much insurance you need.
Thank you very much, Sharon, for that useful breakdown about insurance and your business. And so now you have a giveaway question for us. What's that question?
If you could name say 6 of the 8 coverages or policies that makes up the Smart Biz package.
Well, thank you very much, Sharon, for that.
You're most welcome, and thanks for having me.
Here's a recap. Having insurance transfers risks from the business owner to the insurer. It can protect both employers and employees from costs associated with unexpected injuries and incidents. Packages can cover up to 8 policies and cost as low as $65,000 annually.
Having a business can be both exciting and daunting. Even if you start small, it's your money on the line, your time, your effort, your energy on the line. But insurance can help to protect you against some of the risks associated with having a business. I'm Kalila Reynolds, and that's it for this episode of Money Moves JA, brought to you in partnership with Exim Bank's Business Advisory Service, giving you the tools to grow your business. Visit their website, eximbankja.com.
this money.